Hi class, my name is Kenneth Thompson. Today my presentation is on mapping the supply and value chain. Supply chain of ceramic tiles. As you can see in phase one of the milestone, let's see here, it's a little bigger. Okay, all the raw materials that's sourced, the clay from the USA. As you can see, some of the risk mitigations associated with each one. This is sourced from Turkey, another raw material sourced from the Netherlands, another from China, and each has its own risk mitigation associated with it, as you can see. And kind of the sequence. First, you go through an investigation, you examine agreement, you source it, you monitor, direct, and the document. So, the ceramic tile bill of materials. As you can see, ceramic tile bill of materials consists of 4 different types of raw materials. Clay being the most popular one, important component of ceramic tile body. And the others here, as you can see. Okay. Okay, session 2 week. Session 2. The global supply chain is dangerously insecure system, and so is supply chain for our ceramic tile. It will heavily rely on steady flow of raw materials across the world, meaning it will rely on the work of a couple of docks, warehouses, logistics centers for us to be able to continuously flow production of our product. In our supply chain, one of the potential data choke points that could disrupt the steady flow of raw material is disruption of the logistic workers in the world, where everyone is allowed to air their views. We often experience firsthand wildcat strikes, organized blockage, boycotts from dock workers fighting for either better pay or better working conditions. This will be no different in our supply chain. We suffer from such acts, which such cause a break in the supply chain. And some other things that affect that supply chain. Delays, like here, delays like this are very popular when products are imported from various countries. Solution always has a buffer stock with an effective warehouse management system. You would know when all items need to be shipped, as well as create a time cushion in terms of shipping to ensure that everything runs smoothly. Global pandemic, like the most recent COVID-19 pandemic, is another potential data choke point in our map that will cause disruptions and eventually a break in our supply chain. With most of our raw materials coming from outside the local market, COVID-19 pandemic or any other pandemic would affect our supply chain. For example, with the recent pandemic, most countries have shut down borders. Exports, imports have all taken days at docks waiting for inspections to see if they are contaminated with the virus. This means we have to halt our production process until the raw materials are cleared for use in production. The possibility of getting a cure for such pandemic being against the odds means that our supply chain is going to be shut for even a longer period. Supply chain challenges related to transportation supplies from one destination to another can be aided by introduction of IT cloud technology. These challenges may include acts of piracy on high seas or breakdown of sea or equipment carrying your cargo. With help of IT cloud technology, you can connect one vehicle, ship to others, which can improve the safety of goods in transit in numerous ways. Using this technology, the company can monitor drivers, health issues, health, assist with lane changes, and more. As important is passing a vehicle and NC of the road, traffic light, or crosswalk. The best way to use cloud technology include connecting vehicle to cloud, vehicle to pedestrian, vehicle to grid. The technology of cloud technology greatly improves safety on the road as well as improving driver efficiency. The introduction of the fifth generation cellular network technology that we only get better. Means of transportation and risks involved. Means of transportation. Our raw materials in the production of ceramic tiles are bulk, meaning our best means of transportation will be by rail or by water. Train or rail freight ships are known to transport bulk commodities from one point to another. In the case of clay, which we will be sourced in the country, the best way to transport would be by train, as it will be cheaper and available. This is also based on the fact that our manufacturing facility is near a railroad station. Water will be used to transport transportation risks. Water provides a great means of shipping, but along the risk can go along with it. You can see some other water hazards from hurricanes, typhoons, tropical cyclones. Major transportation risk comes with railroad transport is theft of cargo, what can occur when a train is stopped or even when it's moving. Material flow. This chart here, you can see the flow of our product. Kind of breaks it down. Information flow. To ensure the inventory or department is not left flat-footed, there is a persistent discussions with the production department where the reports are generated indicating when stock needs to be replenished. The inventory also continuously update production department or when materials will be arriving so they can be prepared. The most critical part of information flow is communication between the inventory department and our supplies. Since most of our supplies are abroad, we continuously engage them electronically, which mainly by mail. Okay, our distribution channel. Upstream refers to material input needed for production. All our raw materials need to be made before they are transported or shipped to our production facility. Downstream defines everything that goes out of our company after we have done with the production. It also involves the production process, which we handle with our main production facility after receiving the raw materials. Our downstream distribution channel of finished products will involve certified dealers who will then work for retailers to ensure the customers are served. The company will not handle any direct orders from consumers that we have not had a say or how the dealers deal with the retailers. Reverse logistics is a key component of any streamlined and successful supply chain. Customers might have the wrong address to supply goods. Poor weather, also infrastructure may cause delivery failure, trigger reverse logistics, other opportunities of reverse logistics. Some references. All right, everyone. Thank you for tune into my presentation.